Toronto Raptors control the tap. For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Lowry. Crazy shot that time. No good. Irving into the front court. Lead is 2. Count the basket inside.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. From long range. Kyle Lowry wide open. Makes them pay from 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Horford. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. They're down 3. To Horford.
How many of y'all think we can do a rematch?
And a throwdown.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Lowry. Al Horford snares the rebound. Serge Ibaka with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark. They call a 3-second violation.
Foul.
And Jay, they call the foul.
A simple touch foul.
What's going on here?
Kyrie Irving, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Has a look. Their shot by Lowry misses. Over the line. Backcourt violation. New blood coming in for both sides.
Hold on, y'all. We'll pause this real quick. We gotta check something. See if the sound's working. It says we're live. Can you hear us?
Yep. It's working.
Alright, y'all can comment anytime. We got the sound is working. I didn't know if it was working or not.
Cleans it up.
No.
Yo, watch that. Oh!
Jaylen Brown above the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
We're going to try to go live.
To Leonard.
A lot.
Cashes in for 2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Hey, I'm on. Oh, we're going to make that shot. Oh, no.
That won't go.
That shot.
Leonard to Ibaka. Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Horford.
Y'all can comment anytime.
There it is. Al Horford. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
He's on the deck. Great sacrifice.
We're going to go
Horford.
live on Twitch. Too.
Nothing going here on that drive. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Time to shuffle things up.
Losing bad. No, I ain't losing. He's losing.
Give me that ball. Let me go. Run. Let me go. Trying to hope. You're failing me right now.
Come on. Pass the ball.
Leonard. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Brown with it up top. It's a 9-point lead. Flushes it home. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Count it.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's a foul. It is.
Al Horford. He's got 2 shots coming. He struggled so far.
No, that's good.
Misses the first.
Oh, come on. I'm on today.
He missed a pair of free throws.
I'll see you later.
Still winning now.
To Jeremy Lin. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Jeremy Lin, muscle memory, puts it to good use there.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that end.
I haven't got that good. I don't think I've ever got
Leonard.
No!
Not that time. He missed it.
Oh,
To Jaylen Brown. Backcourt.
that's a foul. Where'd it be?
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 3 for 6 now.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
To Leonard. Count the bucket for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Has a chance. Round shot, no good.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Kawhi Leonard, 4 out of 7. First quarter's complete. The Celtics have the lead.
End of the first. Oh, we got somebody watching. Comment.
Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Foul.
No way. Dude.
Foul.
I shot that out of your hand.
To Jaylen Brown.
Boom.
Marc Gasol pins it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marc Gasol.
Just putting more fouls on you.
I'm not ready to do that.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Come
Danny Green. To Lowry.
See ya.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. Tough shooting.
Man,
Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call.
Nope.
Let him play.
Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
I don't know.
Backcourt. Oh.
Working on getting a camera, but ain't got one yet.
Me too.
To Jaylen Brown. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
How do you do this?
Oh, he can't
I don't know
connect.
how to do it.
To Ibaka. Lynn.
That pass.
Not that time.
No.
Brown
No,
into the front
Gordon.
court. Up by 6.
Oh,
Yes,
still
and a
good.
foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Off the mark on his free throw. Gasol. It's no good. Shots not going down. To Marcus Smart. And the finish at the rim.
35.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Come on, we need more people watching.
To Lowry. 4-3. And Boston has the rebound.
I should have done last pass. I'm so good.
From the outside, no good.
No.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
More and I'll be up there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Yo, left pass.
Pascal Siakam and a pass stolen by Boston.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And he finishes at the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game.
I hope y'all
The
wouldn't
harder
lose
you
the
can cut
Houston.
is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
That'll get out of bounds off of Irving.
Uh-oh.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Trying to cash in. Morris with a shot, no good. Curling inside.
Oh. No.
Gets to the basket, but it's
Missed
not
that
good.
shot. I don't know how I did that.
Left.
That'll get out off the Raptors.
Cameraman. Sorry, cameraman.
Opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. To Horford. It goes down.
43.
Because in certain players'
Look at that
mind, it doesn't
27
matter
right
if they're
there. I don't
amongst
know
the
what
trees
team
or
that
not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
To Gasol. Doesn't get the bounce.
It ain't no good. We'll knock a referee out. No, I'll probably get a foul.
Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't
Left
go.
pass.
To Ibaka.
Got it.
Serge Ibaka. He's 2 for 2 now.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Oh, oh.
To Gasol. Al Horford sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Morris's shot won't go down. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Al Horford able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I'll take it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I don't play it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
That's off the side of the rim, short. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The loser can't upload YouTube videos for a week.
Oh, that's me every day.
Irving. Wild shot there, predictably misses. That's out. Last touch by Kyrie Irving. Both teams tweaking their lineups.
It went in.
Here comes some changes.
Out of bounds. Y'all got a flag.
It went in.
It said out of bounds.
No, it went in.
Lowry into the front court. His guys down big.
Even if it did and it didn't count, that.
We'll watch the replay. I think
Marcus
it went in
Morris,
there.
strong finish.
We got a replay.
It's so amazing when you get a
That's
chance to
allowed.
see a
We'll watch it
player in his own space. It's almost as if the
Lab.
defense doesn't exist.
Darn it,
He can
not
go
a
left,
lab
he can go
court.
right, he can
It's a
attack.
lab
He's
court.
playing on that
Lab.
court by himself.
Has a chance. Not that time.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Oh.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
5-31.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Show off the score.
Fell.
I know I have
First
to
half,
watch
very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Take it.
Marc Gasol swats it. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Toronto with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard with that shot. He's 5 for 8.
Contact on the drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Getting tired.
What?
And score. Strong take.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Marcus Smart, good touch.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Lowry with it. Down a bundle. Marcus Morris sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Not sure what that was all about. It's no good. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcus Morris.
It whacked inside and made it look so weird. Rabbit.
To Gasol.
See ya.
Lays it up and in.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Raptors come away with it. To Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the three.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And the two for Al Horford getting to the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Irving brings the ball up court. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Going with the ball now.
Marc Gasol, huge block. That's his third block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Marcus Morris. The drive, right to the basket. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Hey, I'm doing good, though.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Missed it.
It'll be all over.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
He fouled me.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Irving to Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in. Shot by Brown off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Irving
No.
to Marcus Smart. Got it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
I came in here to charge my, yeah, no, I'm not.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Oh, you can't do that.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
You just lifted out my hand. Like it's
Jumper's good. I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Lonzo coming back.
Pascal Siakam to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Nope. You better stop it.
Ah, no good.
Got it.
To Ibaka. And he knocks it down, Jay.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Tatum with the rebound. Horford to Jaylen Brown. Has a look. He's looking for that touch. Gets to the basket and scores.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Lynn to Gasol. Able to convert inside.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Rozier rocking the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Has a chance. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Lowry, a pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Marcus Morris lays it in.
You know, it reminds me, Adam,
don't pause it.
a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard, and a pass stolen by Boston.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
That's out. Last touch by Al Horford.
I done that at Payne. I got
Lowry into the front court. Gonna run the offense. and knocks it down.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
To Rozier. Throws it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Horford to Irving. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
I don't know how to do those.
And he connects on the first free throw.
You did this, actually, not doing that. You have two broken fingers there, Letty. How are you shooting? Two broken fingers.
Goes 2 for 2.
All right, let's go, Lowry.
They both shot.
Ball's controlled by Lowry.
Over the top.
Gets it in the right corner.
Boom.
For 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Lab it.
To Leonard.
Labbed it. And in we go.
Add 2 points to the board.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Marcus Morris. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Gasol, good for 2. Great footwork once again.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And look out.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Lowry to Danny Green. The pass set it all up.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Lowry. Trying to cash in. No good. And count the basket inside.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Lowry.
Three-pointer.
Rebound Marcus Morris.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Lowry not going down here to Ibaka. It's good.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
Old school equals high percentage.
You don't know that.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Pascal Siakam. Leonard. Marcus Morris the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
And scores.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
And scores.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Just live bat over.
To Jaylen
Got
Brown.
a couple more time.
Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Ain't happening.
Beyond the arc for three. Tatum grabs the rebound. To Jaylen Brown. Working hard. And a putback slam.
Oof. Really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Over to the right side. Wide open look. Won't go. Slams it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
To Lowry. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
20-footer at the buzzer and strokes it.
Let's go.
It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one in very convincing fashion.
Subscribe to my channel and I have his channel too. So yeah, it would be a lot appreciated if you could all come to my channel. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. Alright, I'm gonna leave my chair.